Welcome to the February update of the New Haven Willoughby line. I've been working on a few projects that I want to show you, so stick around and we'll get right to them. The last little thing I started, or little project, was to start painting some of these spare wheels. These are plastic ones that have been since replaced with metal ones on most of the rolling stock that obviously had plastic ones. So I've started to paint those. I'm not sure where they're going to go. They're going to probably be together in some way, but I had 4 of them randomly placed here. I don't know, just to clean up my mess, and I thought, well, let me do something with them. So I don't know if they're going to be a carload. I know that's something that a lot of people do with spare wheels, but I'm thinking of doing something. I'm just not sure what yet, but I started to airbrush them. So that's one little thing I'm working on, so I'm not sure where those are going to go. I've done some more work on these buildings that I've been working on. I don't think I had the awnings on last time, and we got to finish the stairs on this one, and I need to redo the roof. It looks too dirty, it looks burned or something, I'm not really sure. So I need some work to do on that. I finished the rail crossing here as well. Pretty pleased with it. Still needs some weathering, but the road now just is pavement up until it hits this track, and then it's going to be gravel on the other side to serve this area and a few industries, and then it'll go off the table. And then I finally did the roof on this one. As it's coming up, I used double-sided tape, which I got from Amazon. I forget the name of it, but it's this stuff. It's 1.5 inches, I think. I don't know, but it worked great, except for that one area, obviously. So I've got a little repair work to do, and then I need to start painting it and weathering it. I painted this section. I think I'm going to shingle the little shed on the side. I've got some shingles left from this kit. And the other thing that I've been working on that is going to open up a whole new world is scratch building. This is my first scratch built attempt, and I'm pretty darn pleased with it. The construction could be a lot better, but I used this stuff here. I used this for the corners, so those numbers, if anybody's interested. And then it's just too many numbers to go over, but you can see it. And then I got this this stuff, 3D embossed pattern sheet by JTT Scenery Products. I'm not really 100% pleased with it. It's not the best. It doesn't look totally crisp. The ends are kind of terrible, but for this kind of thing, I think it's great for little structures. So I think once I get the roof on, weather it, add some details, I think I'll be in good shape. The doors need another coat of paint on them. I'm not sure whether I'm going to paint the windows yet or not. I ordered some more windows, some Tishy, however you want to say it, Tichy train windows. So I have a few varieties coming in, and I think a door, like a 4-panel wooden door coming in. So I'm going to try to make a smaller, more of a shed, and then I'm going to try my first 2-story building and see how that works. It's going to be a very simple structure, kind of along these lines. Pretty simple, and I'm not sure where these things are going to go yet. This kind of fits nicely in this spot here. I may put an interlocking tower in this section, or I may just put this thing somewhere else and put a larger structure. I'm not sure. So the scratch building has opened up a whole new world. I'm pretty psyched about. Again, the construction's pretty simple. I used CA glue for it, and the styrene is pretty thin. It wobbles. I could back it better or put bracing behind it. I used window glazing pieces for the corners just to kind of keep it somewhat structurally sound. Once I do the roof, that'll help hold it too. This part's leaning out a little bit, so if I do my measurements correctly, the roof will hold that in more plumb or vertical, whatever you want to call it. So that's something that's kind of got me really excited, because it opens up a whole new possibility of, you know, options and things that I can do. I forget what else I went over in the last update. I started to ballast some of the track too. I got this stuff ballasted and the track painted. I need to weather it. It looks a little too light, but I liked the way it looked at first. I felt it looked a little bit lighter, closer to what I was hoping this would look like, but now I kind of need somewhere in between because it's almost too light. I think maybe it's just contrasting too much off the darker ballast. I'm going to try some varieties of ballast on this table or this section as well. I forget who it was. One of the YouTube guys that I follow. I forget. But they mentioned how, you know, the real world doesn't have just one continuous kind of ballast, and I had done that through this entire section. So I'm going to take that advice and kind of mix it up on this section a little bit to make it a little bit more realistic. So if I go with a lighter ballast, it may look better with that lighter track, or it may not. I don't know. But this can easily be fixed. And I've just been hand painting the ties, basically dry brushing. It is a lot easier to do before you ballast, obviously, though. So this may be a little bit more tedious, but it's just a few pieces. So the track, ballast, crossover, structures, and finishing up these 3 structures and the scratch building. And then I started to add this hill in here with a combination of foam and Sculptamold. So I'm finishing this up, and hopefully I can start to get a layer of turf down. I think I'm going to put a few extruding rocks on this section. This video's not picking the contours out that great, but there's a few steeper sections which I'll probably have some outcroppings of rocks coming out. There's going to be no structures or roads on this. It's just going to be trees and grass, and rock, obviously. So I've got a little bit of thinking about to do on that part. I'm not really pleased with how it just ends here at the cutout, but or the lift out, but I might be able to disguise that a little bit better at some point. Initially you can see where I had foam glued down across, but I kind of didn't want foam on both sides of the cutout. So I could put a little structure there, a track or something, to make it kind of look like there's a reason why it cuts off on a kind of a more straight line. So that's that. So that's pretty much it for the update. Been working on a lot of little things. The buildings have been taking up most of my time, and the scratch building has really, I can't express enough how amazing it is. I know a lot of you out there, you know, have been scratch building or only scratch build, and it's great. It's amazing to have that freedom of getting away from kits. I'm very partial to the Walthers kits and the DPM kits, but having the flexibility and freedom of, you know, constructing your own is kind of amazing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else for this update. It's the shortest month. It's probably going to be the shortest update, so I think that's it. So happy February. Hope you enjoyed this update. And next update, hopefully this hillside will be, have a layer or two of turf on there. Hopefully I'll have a couple more little structures to show you that I scratch built. And hopefully this thing will finally be finished. I need to, I want to repaint this door. I don't like the way the door is. So yeah, so happy February. Stay safe, be good, and we'll see you next month. Take care.